Hello. Today we ask Reddit what's the best non-alcoholic way to make a party crazy and fun? Give the party non-alcoholic beer and not tell anyone. And watch the placebo effect run wild. This actually happened at a jam session I attended about 15 years ago. I got there and the other two guys are buzzed, so I grab a beer. It's Bush Nah. I asked how many they had. About 6? Well guys, I hate to tell you this but lol. They were smoking weed too, so that's probably why they didn't notice. Let a few piglets loose in the house. Oddly specific but effective. It's even better if you number the piglets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But skip a number. That way, when someone inevitably tries to round them all up, they'll be convinced that they're missing one. Drugs. Survey says, drugs. Just invite Molly over for a good time. MDMA is the most possible fun you can squeeze out of one night. Acid is the greatest, but until you've rescued your friend from the inside of a painting and picked a fight with a Christmas tree on mushrooms, you ain't done shit. Mushrooms are the shit, but you haven't lived until you've gotten tweaked out on meth and had an in-depth debate with a complete stranger about whether or not Batman counts as a superhero since he doesn't have any real powers. Principal handjobs are tits, but you haven't party rocked until you've ground up whole nutmegs from Walmart in a blender and eat them. I patiently waited for 3 hours for something to happen, then say duck it and go to sleep. Then I wake up to piss, but I'm not able to coordinate the movement of my body. My vision shaky and disoriented, so I called poison control and they told me that I have to induce vomiting or I am going to die. But I am too ducked up to explain to my girlfriend that I have killed myself by eating nutmeg. So I decide to ride out the last moments of my life with her cuddled up to me as I watch the doorway of my bedroom grow and shrink, and the walls close in and expand for hours until I pass out. But then I wake up a few hours later and the trip has continued. I decide maybe I won't die, and me and my girlfriend venture out of the bedroom to the kitchen to look for food and water, but it feels as if I am venturing onto a new planet because my sense of touch and reality is ducked. After a day and a half of this weird and paranoid trip, I begin to wonder if this is my life now. I ate nutmeg and have doomed myself to the permanent scaries. I go to work and spend half the day in the bathroom stall trying to hold the walls back from crushing me. By morning the following day, 3 days in, the trip has subsided and finally I am normal again. And though I promised God I would start going to church again if he let me come out of that alive, I decided to instead just not dive into a substance all willy-nilly cause someone had mentioned one time that they heard you could get high off it. Some of the best adult parties have been to our kids' parties after the kids fall asleep. If you want to see adults playing like kids and laughing their asses off, rent a giant bouncy slide and one of those carnival games with the spinning ladder. I was at a party like this in high school. My friend's cousin was turning 8 and my friend's family hosted a huge party with the whole neighborhood, bounce house, balloon animals, face painting, the whole 9 yards. Once the kids were gone, all of the remaining adults took off their shoes and ran into the bounce house. It was really weird and hilarious watching all of the adults 2 times our age turn into kids and have a blast. Also, adults acting like kids are a lot more likely to offer beer to underage people from my experience lol. I didn't even drink alcohol at the time and I still had half a dozen beers handed to me by people who I previously only thought of as so-and-so's mom or dad. The problem is just that things aren't sized for adults. I know tons of people who would absolutely play at a playground or jump on a trampoline, but those aren't built for our sizes. We don't age out of fun, but we do wait or hide out. I invited a few couples over, some of them pretty religious and don't drink, but we played adult Mad Libs. It was hilarious seeing them break out of their shells and just belly laugh at some of the things we all would come up with in that game. Simple party games are great for that. Also try Apples to Apples, Snake Oil, Balderdash, Dixit, and Codewords. It's good to have a couple of people that can inject some energy and fun into playing the games to encourage interaction. Apples Against Humanity, where you shuffle the decks together, is always a fun time. Cards, board games, karaoke, games like Mario Kart or VR games, building competition, Jenga, dominoes, gingerbread houses, toothpicks and marshmallows, hot pot dinners, appetizer party, make your own pizza party, tie-dye, costume party, gift competition, shrinky dinks, Pictionary, marbles, jacks, working out, games like Mafia, Among Us, Who's the Killer, Murderville. full virgin bar for fancy DIY sober drinks, book club, rage music with lights and glow sticks and streamers, dance party, guitar hero, yoga, cookie icing competition, your mom, mind puzzles, wooden puzzles, iron puzzles, ext. Amateur stand-up, campfire story sharing, jigsaws puzzles, and everything in between. Your mom. Snuck that one in there, didn't ya? In fairness, OP's mom is really hard to miss. He pulled a sneaky on us. Nerf guns. Yes. Or silly string, or water balloons. Careful with silly string, that shit is crazy flammable. A bag of bulk wigs. Just discreetly place the bag of wigs on a couch or coffee table. Wait and watch. I can see how this plays out. Everyone's in another room or in the backyard, and Mike comes back from the bathroom with a tangled out of place dark wig on. Mike is now a Kardashian and now everyone is wearing wigs. Greased melon. Bro, I was a lifeguard at a summer camp and there was a greased watermelon competition. Basically rugby with a greased up melon, but it got violent real quick. That was the first time I was legitimately worried I'd have to save someone. Apparently our neighborhood pool where I lived in the 90s did this every summer up until the summer we moved there. The kids that told me about it said it was because there was too much blood the final year. Could be exaggeration, but I don't remember anyone ever refuting the story. Do a murder mystery night. Invite as many people as you know, get everyone all dressed in old garb, turn off the lights, murder Gary in the dark, then call the cops. Honestly, these rules are so much simpler, and it eliminates the need for people to memorize a part or constantly read their character notes. Amazing. I'm putting together a Halloween party this weekend with at least 24 people coming over. This is the 4th year we've done it and it's always a rager, and probably still would be if there weren't drinks. I clear out the entire garage. We put a few chairs out, but really only enough for the people who really need it. If people are standing, they're mingling around and making new friends. If they're sitting down, they're probably just going to be introverted and quiet. The garage is also emptied out because we want people dancing later. We put in the soundbar that usually sits beneath the TV, because it gets loud enough for EDM music and such but isn't so loud that it will annoy the neighbors. We also put in a smoke machine, a blacklight, and a few laser machines. Turn out the regular lights and it might as well be a club in there. We also have a few DJs come mix music live. This year it's a good buddy of mine and myself doing a few hours worth. Sometimes you put on chill stuff so people can talk, sometimes you play harder stuff so people jump around and dance. The real trick is because there's low lighting with just lasers and stuff, people's inhibitions just drop because they can be idiots and have fun without feeling like everyone's looking at them. One of the tricks I've discovered is finding house, wubs remixes of songs that people will already know. If you've got a crowd of 30-somethings, put on a modern-sounding remix of Britney or Get Low and people will lose their mind. The real thing to think about is the social aspect of stuff. How do you make people come out of their shells and just stop caring that they might look stupid? Figure that out, and you have a fun party. Generally speaking, making yourself have a good time increases the energy in the atmosphere, which causes everyone to have a good time. I basically quit drinking a few years ago, so when friends have get-togethers I'm always sober. The last time I hung out with all my friends I went to the bathroom. And when I came out and I was walking back into the living room I heard a song playing that I like, so I started singing it loudly just to amuse myself. Came stomping out of the hallway into the living room, head banging and singing the song. Entire living room lit up with laughter, and next thing I know I've got everybody standing up and dancing, bouncing around and head banging along with me. That energy stayed for about 2 hours until people started leaving for the night. Without exception, every person that was there told me how much fun they had because of me the next time I saw them. No real secret. You need to be comfortable with yourself and let your natural energy flow. The temperature in the room will raise with you when done naturally and not forced. This also works in bars, clubs, concerts, etc. Anywhere there should be high energy. I can't tell you how many dance floors were dead when we showed up that we were able to make explode with life, and I can't dance nor am comfortable dancing. You don't need a skill set to jump up and down and clap your hands. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment your favorite beverage to drink at a party. Check out the video on screen now to watch my other content. Until next time.